When it comes to retirement planning and advice, what I do for clients is essentially help them firstly articulate what that means to them. Everyone's different, everyone's definition of retirement is different. For some it means never setting foot inside a workplace ever again. For others it's selling their business that they've worked in all their life. And that all plays into then developing what their dream looks like. Our role is to help them achieve that dream. Retirement planning matters because if you don't plan, then you may not achieve what you want to achieve in retirement. It may mean you end up working longer than you wanted to. So planning for retirement involves not just how much you need to save, it also means putting in the other building blocks of protection, insurance and estate planning to make sure that if something goes wrong, and you and your family can still achieve those dreams. The first thing we want to do is just find out about what they want to achieve. That could be very different depending on their circumstances and how close they are to potentially finishing up or moving into a different phase of life. Initially it's about finding out how much they need to live on, what assets and structures they've got in place at the moment. Everyone has a different ideal. For us it's really important to understand what drives a client's decision making so that we can then help them along that path to achieve that. Our clients typically hope to achieve in retirement a sense of freedom. Many of our clients like to travel. For us, what that translates into is trying to articulate what does it mean from a monetary perspective so that we can then make sure that they can afford to achieve all those dreams. And if they can, fantastic. If they can't, we have a discussion about what it means. Having a sense of certainty or at least comfort that you're on the right track. Financial advice isn't a one-off exercise. You need to keep coming back and checking on your plan to make sure you're still on target. And people's targets change as well because life changed. Life isn't a spreadsheet. You have to have your plan in place that's got certain goals that you're trying to achieve. Check in at least once a year with your advisor to make sure that you're on track to achieve those goals and objectives, and then adjust as necessary. How much does someone need for retirement is entirely dependent on what their lifestyle costs them. I believe the current sort of comfortable living standard is somewhere around the mid $60,000s, $65,000 to $68,000. And now, of course, with the cost of living going up, that's going to rise. As a rough rule of thumb, if you wanted to preserve your capital and have capital to pass on through your estate, then you probably want to make sure you're not drawing more than 4 or 5% out of your capital each year. You're probably looking at somewhere between $1.5 million to $2 million as being an amount of capital to aspire to give you that comfort level of that sort of ask for target at the moment. Not everyone's going to be able to achieve that. Many people will have a lot more than that. And again, it comes back to what are your goals and objectives.